All right. Patrick is actually a chartered accountant and a remiser. And with this experience, he has been also in the Alcon Global business for a very long time. How long? We'll find out coming up next. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome two-star diamond Patrick Chung. Patrick. All right,
Yay.
everybody.
Yeah, Patrick here. Thank you, Skipper, for such an amazing introduction. Before I start, let me take this opportunity to thank Alcan Global, and today, with all the staff behind the scene who's arranging this for us, that includes Monica, KFC, and also Mr. David, and also the key person who has made this possible, the AVP, Miss Anna Wong. And I would like to stress here also that the person who is actually our leaders in Alcan, which is Fiance, I really appreciate for her to arrange this whole program for us. Okay. So,
And there, Mr. Patrick, upon reading your introduction, you were a chartered accountant. So that means you actually have the license to open your own accounting, your own auditing firm. But up until today, why did you choose Alcon Global, and why not open your own company?
okay, before that, let me brief a bit on how I came into this license in getting this audit firm. In fact, I have a license now, but prior to that, I actually started, I studied in University Malaysia, the local university in Malaysia, and graduated as an accountant. Now, after graduation as an accountant, during that time was actually recession, I went out to work, and I worked in one of that time so-called the Big Eight, the eight biggest accounting firm in Malaysia. And there was Deloitte Kasim Chan. And while working there, it was tough. Working in an audit firm, if you know anybody who is in the audit, there's a lot of deadline. And every time with deadline, even come to Raya also, you have deadline, you got to work. So people are all very hardworking, and myself included. So from there, during that time, I also started to do, because as a graduate, we still got another professional qualification to do. So that was during that time I did my MACPA, that time it was called the Certified Public Accountant. Today there was a big changes and I qualified as an accountant while taking the exam. Then upon there, I actually went over to one of the bank to work in the accounting department, but I was heading the corporate section of the accounting department. There are about 100 staff working under me. And I think this opportunity, I was given this opportunity when I was in the bank to send to New York to actually help them to assess their income tax. And during that time, we were so lucky that we managed to reduce the tax there in our New York branch for close to $1 million US dollar. That was something which I feel in a way quite proud. And then from Maybank, from that bank, I left, and I was thinking of something which I can do as a business. And somehow the idea of, I get to know of my very close friend actually was recommending, he was working in a 4-digit company, and I was thinking business as far as business involving, sorry to say that, involving gambling was quite a lucrative business. So, but I couldn't get the license to operate.
Okay.
So, but not getting the license to operate doesn't distract me from getting something in relation to this kind of business. So I was thinking, why don't I go and work in a investment bank doing Remisier as a financial controller in an investment bank, a small investment company who is dealing with stock market. And from there, because I was thinking of jumping over to become a Remisier, because in the stock market, there are a lot of people who come in to speculate. And I heard that time people make money. Okay. So when Skipper asked me why, then later I choose Elkan Global, that is because as a reminder, in the 1997, it was a financial crisis. Everything was going down. Stock markets was coming down to 200 points. But from then onward, the stock market was going up. Being an accountant, many people know as an accountant, we call it very prudent. So I was not caught by the recession, but I managed to take the opportunity to move up when the market 1997 moved up to 1999. And during that time, Skipper, you'll be surprised. As a reminder, the market was so good that at making a five-figure income, a good five-figure income is very common. And many times we can even hit six-figure income during the good time. But the thing is, this is cashier. But over a period of time back after 1999, 2000, markets low. That was where many of the remittances income start coming down. That was why many people start looking for. I think Carol just now mentioned. Actually, a lot of people are looking for hyphenated plan B, and I was one of them. That was why when Skipper asked me, I actually make a lot of different comparison. I went in to know something about how I do business. I also learned about will writing, but insurance was never what I thought I like. I don't like insurance because I don't like to sell with nothing. I have nothing against the insurance agent. What I'm saying is that I want to do something which is in a way easy. And when I got the license to open an audit firm, I was thinking, opening up audit firm, just like Carol mentioned, you need a lot of things. You need to apply for this, apply for that. You need to have a place. You need to employ people. There are a lot of logistic things to be done. And I was very lucky. I was approached by my mentor and who managed to explain to me, even though at the point of time, income was still good, but he was able to convince me, to influence me that the market coming down is affecting everybody. So why don't I look at another angle? Hold on, please. Let me take a drink. I'm getting excited. Now, then he said, why don't you look at another angle? That was where I was so-called influenced. It was a long influence. It was a 2.5 year influence. And I see a lot of changes in the person that my mentor who came over to talk to me. And then I came over to Elkan. That was why I came over to Elkan.
And when you first joined Elkan, when was that? How long has it been since you first joined Elkan? How many years? We all want to know.
I actually seriously involved in Elkan back in 2001. Now, why is it that I actually get really seriously involved in Elkan? Because at that point of time, I came over to Elkan's activity. I was quite impressed by the Elkan culture, where people are so friendly. I don't know. I thought is this real or not? I keep asking myself. But I find that people are so friendly, even people who are doing so well, and they are so friendly to us. And then I myself, I found myself that, hey, this is the company I thought. Why is it that nobody realized that in this kind of industry, people are so passionate, people are so loving. And actually, there was one book that I read, which actually totally changed my mind. That book was actually written by Robert Kiyosaki, The 8 Hidden Value of MLM. Now, in that book, it was written that there are a lot of values in selecting an MLM company. But one key, the most important of selecting which MLM company is good, of course, you have stable and everything. You must go in and see that there is a system education. How do you know that the company got system education? Then say you go and sit in the training, and you see that they are not every day talking about product marketing plan, but they are telling you a lot of seminar that teach you to be a better person. And then what I was thinking, oh, that was good, teaching everybody to a better person. So in a way, we can actually absorb that kind of culture where we share sincerely. And that was what I love too, actually. Okay.
Wow. So the thing that made you stay this long, 19 years in Elkon, is actually the culture, that feeling you get that everybody around you is just, it's a
Amazing.
feel good environment. It's a really
Yes.
feel good environment. And
People.
19 years, I'm sure in these 19 years you must have had so many experience. But what is the one thing, the one most unforgettable experience you've had?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Skipper, you put it very right. There's always one particular incident that they actually hit a lot of us, even outside. In this particular moment when I was down with a very serious disease, which I was attacked by a virus that actually put me in a position in, we can say, paralysis for almost 2 months. Now, that virus that hit me, uh, when people I always say that when people are very hardworking, they sometimes neglect their health, and it could be said on my part too. So when I was hit, I wanted to go to the hospital to do a check because I find that one of my left leg was really numb. So I was wondering, maybe after working so hard, let me take a rest. I told my wife, take me to the hospital to do a checkup. But just I never believe it, you know. When I went to the hospital to do a checkup, the doctor actually asked me, can you, Patrick, you walk straight? I can't even walk straight. I was wobbly, you know. And while wobbly, then I found myself unable to walk. And from then on, they do a scan. They do electrode to check my leg. And then they do they puncture my spine to, take out to check. And they found that there is, I mean, there are some scientific terms which I'm not sure, but they say that there was a lot of proteins. And finally, they say that I've been hit by GBS. GBS is Guillain-Barré syndrome. But I say I was very badly hit by Guillain-Barré syndrome. I was in the hospital. I couldn't move. But one thing that I find myself, I'm very clear. And you see, in the past, I'm very negative one. Many of us are very negative. But with Elken, I find myself so positive. Even though I say this is hard, but in my heart, I say, hey, this one will get through. I will definitely get through. I keep telling myself. And when I was on the bed, when I go to sleep, this something very incredible thing happens. When I go to sleep, you know what I dream, Skipper? Every
Dream
time
of
when I sleep, I dream of what? I dream of Alcan. I dream of I was in a meeting, chit-chatting with my distributor and chit-chatting very happily, doing the R&R and attending all this learning, you know. So every time in my sleep, I told myself, hey, which is real? In my sleep, I feel so happy. But when I wake up, I find my whole body, I couldn't move. Until to the extent I was sent into the ICU with a ventilator. I was there for 9 days. But I was still very strong myself. A lot of leaders who visited me, they saw my position, but I know that I will get through. And then later part, one thing that struck me is how this Elkan MRT concept that comes in, because I was given, because my wife, with my left eye blinking, my wife understand what I'm talking to her now. Very
Wow.
fantastic. And I'm telling my wife, hey, can I take IG6? That time was IG6, now it's ELG. My wife said, yeah, I get it for you, but how are you going to eat? I couldn't eat. So, but
Mhm.
then what I say there is because the hospital put an intravenous IgG, which is actually immunoglobulin, into my body, and that took 5 days session, cost me 18,000 ringgit. 18,000 ringgit just to put an IgG into my body. So that's why I kept telling, hey, my wife passed me, but I couldn't eat at that point of time. So can't be helped. And then when I start moving, or my wife feed me with a lot of IgG, a lot of ELG, and also plus Xenergy. That time was Dr. Xenergy. And that Xenergy, actually, the doctor said that, Patrick, you must have a good mindset to get out from here. Your mind is very important. That's how much they can do. So the doctor was telling me that actually you went down very fast and you went back very fast too. And that time I was taking Xenergy and so taking ELG, taking a lot to build up. And mind you, skipper, those person, I don't have a picture. Those who came to visit me, my relative. After that, you know what they told me? Patrick, I thought you are gone. They thought I'll be gone. So but in my mind, I'm very clear that I will get through this, because in an environment, a positive environment, our mindset plays a lot of part. Okay,
In a
my
big part,
story.
it's an over
Uh,
matter,
yeah, that's
and
why I
this is
say.
a Mhm.
Well, one final thing is that I always say is that if you are not sick, people cannot really understand what sickness is all about. So I always believe now prevention. Get to know what is this MRT concept that will help us to get through this. So those who doesn't know, they can never appreciate. Those who have gone through, they will appreciate. Help is very key to our life.
Yeah, I agree that health is very important. That usually it's not something that we value and cherish until we lose it, until we find ourselves sick and down.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
but
Yes.
then
Correct, Skipper.
looking back at your health, how do you compare yourself like now and 20 years ago?
Okay.
How would you say your state of health has changed?
Yes. Yes. Now, because when I go through that stage, in fact, I find life becomes so much better. Now, in Elkan, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my mentor. Now, this mentor of mine, now everybody will know that today, it's deep in my heart. The you can see when I talk about my mentor, President Hu Kion and Siu Lulu, you can see they are doing a lot of work. I always treat this, they are doing a lot of work. How a lot of people outside cannot understand that they are doing a lot of work for who? Actually, to me, it's for many of us. Now, and then three-star President Franciscan and Tam Lee Sing, you don't see them, but I always say that those you don't see, they are doing a lot of things for us. It's just like a tip of the iceberg. You see the tip, but actually behind them, they are doing a lot of things. So I always appreciate that at the moment I joined Elkan, I find that Elkan's culture is really fantastic. Now, many of us stay so long because we are like a family, and they are in a way like a family to me. I tell everybody, Elkan, even not now, in the past, Elkan is always my lifelong career, and Elkan has been there, and all of us go through ups and downs, but Elkan really give everything they can to all of us. And if you come in to see, you'll find that Elkan really. Well, I work in banks, I work in audit firm, I work outside. but I cannot find a company which has such a good culture. We call it the culture of Wild Geese, where everybody has a team. And also, I would like to say this word of thanks to the person that I always see him. Now, because of the MCO, we can't really go to the office, but I always see him. And he doesn't appear much, and he doesn't go out to do sharing, but he's the husband of fiancée, President Ng Kam Siang. I feel very touched by him every time when I have the opportunity to meet up with him. He's always full of good news for me. And Ng Kam Siang is a person I find he's so humble, and everybody he see and he start giving good news. So here also I would like to give this appreciation to Mr. Ng Kam Siang. If you are here, thank you, Ng Kam Siang.
And so we have to thank your mentors for bringing you into this environment. And in this 19 years in Elkon Global, I'm sure that you've had a lot of experiences now. Before this, you shared about your virus attack, and now for the good part in these 20 years, what memorable moments that you have that you like to share with us?
Yes. There are actually a lot of memorable moments. We I myself, sorry, I myself have gone travel with my family almost every year overseas. But with Elkon, the thing is that traveling with family is enjoyable, but traveling with Elkanian are also fantastic. Elkon give us a lot. Now, I would like to tell you that those memorable moments that I actually travel and how I want to explain in detail when these a few photos that I feel that I would like to share with you. This is a photo that we were in. You don't see me there because I was taking the picture. And and what was so amazing with this picture is that when we were skiing there, I saw my mentor coming towards us. Wow, they're walking like very steady. I was wondering how come they are so good in skiing. And then later when I took a picture, I said, hey, oh, they are not in ski. They're actually walking with a special shoe. Now, what I want to say that I was so happy that they come all the way, they go around mixing with people, even though they don't go to ski, they still mix around with us. I mean, we always feel tough when the mentors start coming down to us to be together with us. And when I was taking picture, I feel very proud. Okay, the next one is this is something which I say that I always say that people you can learn from one another. When I went to this place, the Vivaldi Park, one time with my family and another time with Elkan. Now, I thought, hey, second time I can ski better, ma. But to my surprise, this Chandran, he wear his ski no issue. He walked professionally. He went all the way up and ski all the way down. I was wondering how did he manage to do that? Because I don't know those who have not gone skiing. I myself second time I thought I'm quite okay, but when I start putting in my ski gear, we were supposed to come down from a escalator. I just don't understand how people can use a ski, wearing the ski gear and coming down from an escalator. It took me almost 1 hour to figure out. But this Chandran can just go and take it and come down and so efficiently. So what I'm saying here is that there are a lot of things that everybody in life, sometimes we learn from one another, and actually giving me the impression that actually we are all learning in this business and to be a better person. And that is why this photo actually bring back a lot of memories when we were in Korea. And the next is this one. I thought I look handsome. Those skipper, you think how Leng Chaya. I thought I look him. And then I actually been to this Melbourne also, I think three times. I think twice with Elkin, and this time when we went there, they start doing some research. I found that actually the apostle, there were 12 originally. Now they are left with 8, and they say, hey, go and take a picture because after that maybe there won't be any more. So that's why the memory, I said, hey, and then once I took the picture, I said, wow, looks not bad. So it refreshed my memory when we were in Melbourne under the Alcan trip. And then this last, the next, this is the among the most memorable one. Behind is the Savior of Spielberg Church. This is a church in St. Petersburg. I feel it's very memorable to me because this was the first Alcan Global trip. And when I went there, because if I were to talk to my friends, or you go and talk to your friends, anybody, not many people go to Russia for vacation. But Alcan arranged this special trip to Alcan. I know those who send their children to study in the medic line, they will go there. Other than that, not many people go there. So today, our Alcanian, the whole group of us managed to get there. And I look at this picture behind the scene. I thought it's to me this church looks much more to me more beautiful in the sense than the landmark of Russia, which is the church that they always show for the Russia trip. So when I took this picture, I was quite happy. I also took a lot of pictures, but this one is very fresh in my mind that I saw this a beautiful picture. And one more thing, because when we went there, it was winter. The and night, this to me is first time. I don't know other people have experienced before. People talk about snowing, so nothing special. But this night, when I saw the snow, I saw the snow in crystal shape, beautiful crystal. And I was wondering, is snow? I thought snow is just snow, just like ice. But this snow is crystal. And I quickly took out my camera to take a picture, but couldn't get it. The moment it come down, the picture is so beautiful, like the one you see in the Christmas, during the Christmas card, and they draw all those, the crystal shape, exactly like that. So to me, it's something that I've been to winter places, but I find this is something unique. So that's why I put up this picture and it's very memorable to me. Okay.
It's great that for those memorable moments, except for the one where you didn't manage to take the photo, where it
Yes.
turned out of that snowflake. But other than that, you have a photo for each of the memorable moments you've had in the journey of Alcon Global, and that's why it's very important, um, when you make choices in your life, and make sure that you're not sacrificing career, you're not sacrificing your health. You've got to make a choice that gives you a healthy balance of both. Now, Patrick, do you have anything to add on before we conclude the show?
Yes. Okay. The my the distributor or the who are with me, who are leaders with me, I would like to show you the picture. This picture was taken during the Diamond Crown conference. Saleh, Chandran, Ira, Amira, Vijay. These are some of those leaders who has been with me for sometime close to 15 years. And I also appreciate Alcan. Because of Alcan, before the global time, we have this winners night. Everybody come over. We have a gathering of close to 20,000 participants. And I feel proud in the sense that we have a lot of this grouping because of Alcan. And more so, now today, because it's lockdown, it's Hari Raya. And this picture, my last picture, is actually when we were celebrating Hari Raya, and Elkon gracefully offered a place for us to celebrate Hari Raya. And I find that Elkon Global really gives us a lot of things that we feel so proud we are in this company, and we feel so humble that how can you get a company we treat us so good, so well, and it really touched me when I talk about Elkan. Okay, so the group will keep on growing. Elkan Global, we will keep on growing. Everybody have this opportunity. I always say opportunity during crisis. The opportunity will always be there. Now it's a matter of whether we ourselves see this opportunity on. So I'm happy. And today in Elkan, this is our lifestyle. It's our lifestyle. Yeah.
And before this, just now you shared a little about the lockdown and this pandemic. Do you have any tips on getting through these difficult times?
Yes. I think I would like to share this to close my sharing today. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us, there are a lot of advices all over. So some of these advices or some of this view, they are sort of differing one another. But if you notice, if you stay focused, you'll find that there are two advices or review given. They are very consistent. First is social distancing. Social distancing meaning what? Everybody got to be distant, and that created an opportunity for online business. Okay, and the other one is all of us must build up our immune system to its optimal level. And this is all said everywhere. These are very distinct advice that nobody dispute. And I can tell Skipper, you and I know that in Elkan, we provide both. So that's why I say, come and join us, come and see what we can offer, how we can work together. And thanks a lot. And I would like to thank Skipper. I forgot. In fact, you are amazing, Skipper. Every time this a global market, every time I see you, I feel that wow, as a young person like you take this opportunity. I believe we are also lucky here. Okay.